Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel, Spiritual Justice Gym. Trusted Gym, got a Squeeta, or you can call me Quita, either one will do. I answer to both. Please like, share, subscribe, donate, all that good that jazz. We're gonna be talking about, first I wanna talk about Donald Trump, and then we're gonna talk about the goddess Kali Ma is what they call her. We're gonna talk about both aspects of her briefly. Try to be brief. You know I could be long-winded. And we're going to talk about these sleeping spells to decrease productivity. Okay. Let's see. First of all, there was a girl on TikTok that she said she think Donald Trump is a content creator. I've been saying that all along. Donald Trump just like attention, typical narcissist, right? And whoever said that I always talk about narcissists. That's what most of these people, they're mentally ill. They don't want to step in their own power. People get mad at me because they'll tell you, "Oh, I like being toxic. I like being toxic." I don't like being toxic. I only be toxic when necessary. Until then, I like being loving. Like, so continue on in your toxicity, and I'm gonna continue on my loving. Like, okay. But typical narcissists, they do tend to want attention and all of it on them. Okay. And so she said that he's a content creator, and I think she's right, but it's more to it. I think Donald Trump think he's an everyday like thug, like, you know how Diddy was. Well, you know they was in the same era, but I really think he's aspiring to be 50 Cent because he want to be shot at. You know what I'm saying? Diddy ain't never wanted my shot at him. You know, because black people, we know that all too well. I don't see my mama being killed. You know, I don't seen what definitely I haven't seen a man like dead in the middle of the Fort. Fort Myers used to be called Little Pakistan. I used to stay in Jones Walker. Anybody know that boy that got killed by he got killed by robbing my sister's apartment behind it? We heard the gunshot. We saw them running. We saw the whole thing. Okay, we heard the pop pop. We heard that, so we already know we ain't proud of. Oh, we get shot at. When we talk about we get shot at, we overcame. It's because we constantly are under oppression. Donald Trump had no reason to be oppressed. He was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He's not oppressed, okay? And because we make suffering look good and we come out like we did this, it's not that we up glorifying. You know, we're not glorifying that. We're not glorifying none of that. It's just like, well, some people may, but from my standpoint, I'm not glorifying the people that a lot of people in real life, they'll come on, put on for it, but that's nothing too glorious about that. And then how she said that how, you know, JFK got shot. Yeah, they got shot from distance, 270 yards away. She right. So who is shooting at Donald Trump and missing? This got to be content. It's got to be content. And that's why I think Donald Trump is aspiring to be 50 Cent. That's why I do. I really do. He sit down, brothers in the club. That's why he want a ballroom. But, you know, he white, so he can't say this a club. He going to say a ballroom. I'm the biggest thug. And, you know, make him feel good. Everybody, welcome to my home in a bowl so he can make money. You know, I just think he going to turn the ballroom into Magic City. maybe not on the you know, everybody on the pole, but behind the curtain or two, some things going on. You feel me? My mind is, and I'm not too far off. Y'all know I'm not too far off, but that's just the way my mind works with him. Because not you haven't shot out one time or twice. Supposedly you didn't. You know, it wasn't scripted. Supposedly, and then on top of that, who is missing? He walks like this, like you can't. And he just talking and turning. Like, so who's missing Donald Trump? Okay. Who's that bad of a shooter? If so, like, yeah. I feel sorry for this buzz. But anywho, But I feel like he's an aspiring thug. I feel like Donald Trump think he's like the 50 Cent of his community. I feel like, so I can do what I want, say what I want, when I want, how I want. You know, I feel like I honestly feel like Mr. Trump, respectfully, I feel like he think he's an everyday thug. That's why he can do what he want. Go eat a couple people, rape a couple people, come back, be president. I'm King Dangling. That's basically what he giving. That's basically what he's saying indirectly. Hold on, y'all. Okay. So yeah, I just think like I don't know. I think Donald Trump, because he's older, his mind is going back in the days he could sit back and just, I like her. You know, he just get to, yeah. I just think he's going to relive that before he dies. I really do. That's just that's the way my mind works. Just an opinion. It's not nothing spiritual or nothing. I'm just trying to make something lighthearted because this shit that we going through is unbelievable. It's unrealistic. And then to be shot at twice and not get hit. Do you understand? I saw a man jump a fence running from a gun, jump over a fence, and they still hit his ass. He still lay in the ground on the pavement on the road, dead. He jumped over a fence. You mean to tell me somebody that walked like this? Yeah. So not only is Donald Trump a content creator, he is an aspiring thug. He's an aspiring street wannabe gangster, I guess. I don't know. I think Donald Trump wants to be in music videos. I really do. I really think Donald Trump want to get in there. If he can rap and have a little rhythm, he'll get on there and spit some bars for you. Because, you know, narcissists, anything for attention. Moving along. That's just to make everything light, y'all. And I know he probably, so I don't care what you say about me. I don't care. You shouldn't, Donald Trump. Don't take it personal. You shouldn't take it personal. It's just my point of view of things. I'm sorry. It's hilarious because behind ballroom is gonna be private curtain. What's the password? Epstein. What's the password? Moloch. And each password to take you into some secret room. That's just how my mind works, y'all. That's what I see he want the ballroom for, okay? He wants to do illegal activity while he's in the White House. He's already done it in our face while he wasn't in the White House. So why would he stop while he's in the White House? He's just creating shit out the ass now. So, yeah. And I think it's funny that they care more about, I think it should be a balance that everybody should be included in everything. The low, the poor, the rich, the middle class. Everybody, every bracket of people should be included in each bill. And for them not to want to give Black Americans reparations is crazy. Before they take care of these people that got injustice in the White House, supposedly on January 6th. I really think that is absurd, but this is our reality. This is where we live at. And people's like, it's the voting. Kamala Trump. Like, it's the same thing. She just a girl. She wanted to be the first Black official American woman president. That's all that was. Like, that's all that was. It's ego thing, just in different ways. She may not be as harsh as Donald Trump or whatever, but the things that they do behind the scenes, it's like, and we already know. if Kamala had gotten in office that things would have been better than they are now? Yeah, of course. Because she's gonna do it. She's a good girl. She's gonna do what she's told. I feel like either way, the agendas is gonna be pushed either way. It's just that Republicans are more harsher with what they push, and the Democrats are more sneaky to get behind the things that they do. They'll keep you, oh, we got this, and they're gonna give you what you want and what you need, what you're looking for. But a lot of stuff gonna be going on behind the scenes that you don't know about, and that's just what it is. They're both the same, just in a different way. One is more harsher, one is more sneaky. That's it. But it's the same part of the same system. And we know that that's what it is, but we got to play the game, right? And they say voting is the only way. That's why I didn't vote, because people, either way you vote, oh, you vote for Kamala as soon as Kamala messed up. Oh, you voted for Trump. Oh, you mega fans, oh, you Trump fans. And in our actuality, we look at what we had to pick from. And I can honestly say, like, I didn't vote. And people are like, oh, because you didn't vote. No. Because when I did vote for Barack Obama, that's the first time I voted. And then when I did vote it, and moving on. So, yeah, I don't vote for those reasons. And people like, well, anything that comes, it's going to, either way, it's going to be the same shit. Only thing different is, yeah, you speak up, you have more voices. People, they tend to listen. But we're not, let's be honest, we're not fighting a physical war. We're basically fighting a spiritual war with people who are on our own, you feel me? They betrayed us. That's just what it is. And their own kind. And it was just a small few, but that's why if you go and can prove that you're more or have more status, that's why you're amped to go private and stuff like that. It's all, just follow the money, follow the power, follow the privilege. It's not hard to figure out. It's not hard to figure out the truth if you want to figure out the truth. That's why they try to keep us busy, so we don't figure out the truth. So we don't find these things out. So we don't look into things. That's why they give us a 9 to 5. That's why they give us money to spend and go blow. Because as long as they stay on top, in power, these demons stay in power. And I say demons loosely because we have what we call reptilians, demons, angels. We have all these different subgroups, and once you understand that this world is more complex than what it actually is, and the things that we don't think is going on or don't care to know what's going on, it's the very things that's running this world. Another thing is, before slavery came about, before Christopher Columbus came over here and all that stuff that came over here, before all that happened, we was kings and queens. We lived in castles. Not everybody was kings and queens, but we have the basis of society of the copper colored people. I'm not saying African American, I'm not saying Americans, because it was called something else different. I'm just gonna say copper colored people, and people who was original, who was indigenous to what this land they call America. So it was a lot of kings and queens. We had legacies of them, and we wasn't no pharaohs, let my people go. We lived billions of years before this without any of this. The flood had to came in because people got so corrupt, and they got so corrupt and want to overpower people that about the Sodom and Gomorrah. If you got all these people that just want to, own people, basically when somebody sexually assaults somebody else, it's basically taking their power. You're overpowering somebody who doesn't want anything to do with you. Or they just didn't want it in that particular way at that particular time. And it's basically taking someone's power and overpowering somebody. So you just want to constantly overpower somebody, stick your pin in and do all kinds of sorts of things to people so you can have dominion and control over them. That's all it was. That's all it is. When you let people be free and healed, that's when you have free electricity, free food, free, people unity. Because nobody's fighting to be in survival mode. Nobody's fighting, oh, I gotta fight to get this, oh, I gotta fight this company to get this. We shouldn't even have credit companies. We shouldn't even be doing these things like that. You know what I mean? And the money that if the wealthy is getting wealthy and the poor don't know how to get wealthy, we understand that there's karmatic cycles that people have to go through. So understanding spirituality mixed with karmatic cycles, mixed with this dense world we live in, then all these millionaires and billionaires, when the money goes in the tax system, it should be programs more geared towards not people being lazy, not people just living off the system. Because if people being lazy and living off the system, then why are they doing this? A lot of people want to be free and own their own shit. So why are they being free and lived off the system? Well, the trauma at home. Look at the world. Look at the shape the world is in. We have very little female trees to pollinate and the fruit and stuff here, and it's just a capital area. It's a dog eat dog world, snake eat snake world, and that's the times that we're living in. But imagine if we had reduced trauma, reduce rapists, reduce aggression, reduce mental illness, reduce autism, all of that stuff. Imagine all of that being reduced. Then we have more people who are amped to work together, that wants to be work in unity. People who not only are receivers but givers. People who will gladly take a billionaire who will gladly take $2 million out their money and just give it to the poor. People who will gladly do things for the community. And that's just the basis of what everything is. We can go into all the dynamics of which Satan has came in and infiltrated the system. And I say Satan as an entity with all the people that go, that participate in satanic rituals willingly or unwillingly. We have stronger willed people, stronger mind people who are willing to be educated, who wants to be educated. But people, let's be honest, the people that commit fraud, that's on the drugs, those are the people that went through so much trauma. They had so much stuff that happened to them to put them in that cycle. And people like, you got to overcome. When are the strong people going to stop making the weaker people overcome and let them naturally go through the cycles that they need to go through? When are we going to let them do that? Because there's some souls that are stronger than others. When are the stronger people going to stand up and say, hey, no, we're going to open a way and we're going to make it a little lighter on them so they can actually go through their karmatic cycles and not be overpowered when they go through their karmatic cycle. Let's be honest. A 6-year-old should not be preyed upon, looked at upon sexually. Children should not be looking at. When I was in elementary school, I like you, and this and that, but having sexual intercourse, I was in high school, and that never entered my mind. I was 16 playing footsie. I know everybody didn't have the same upbringing, but I'm saying, what if people were that innocent until that age, or beyond it, until they got married? You know what I mean? Beyond what I went through. I was thinking about playing footsie, and the boy was like, no, we over here. I'm like, boom. I knew what it meant, but I didn't know what I had an idea. You know what I'm saying? So, imagine people being whole until they choose to explore their sexuality, until they choose to explore themselves. We have gay people, not saying gay people is a problem, but most people are lesbian and gay because they had some type of trauma, and I'm standing on that. That's just what it is. Whether they remember it or not, it's somewhere in their subconscious mind. Whether they remember or not, that's up to them when they want to explore that. But what I'm saying is, if stronger people, we stop letting these weak ass people. I know it's harder. It's harder for the stronger people too to get in position too and to stay in position, because this shit has gotten out of control. It really has gotten out of control. With this raping and stuff and overpowering people sexually, mentally, and this systematic abuse, this financial abuse and all that stuff, it's just out of control. Everybody get online and talk about it, but to be around it and to actually stand up for it, no. They'll get online and like, they should have done this, but in reality, they don't really care. They care about their image. And that's the problem that I have with most people, because I see through a lot of people that get on here, oh, it's about the children, it's about my baby, but the whole time you fucking your baby. Like, make it make sense. If you want your baby to be the best psychologist, it has been a scientific fact that children who are not preyed upon and not sexually abused or neglected in any way have a far greater chance of going up to be greater than their parents or greater than the generation before. We know that we know within our being, you should know within your being that is not natural to do that to your child. And then for people to come in and do it, it's just not a natural act. Being sexually attracted to children is not a natural thing. It's not a natural occurrence in reality. I don't care if you go back. No, if you go back far enough, they wasn't doing that. They was hanging them. And if you go back enough in history, not just at slavery, not before, right before, if you go back far enough, Egyptians didn't play that shit. They didn't do that shit. Egyptian, whatever you want to call them, the people, the carpet people that was in America, they didn't play that shit. You was hung, you was lynched. Those are the things you were hung and lynched for doing dumb shit like that, because you let the devil take control of you. You knew it was wrong, you did it anyways. You hurt somebody, and then for the people who had that done to them, and then you can go do it to another motherfucker, like, so help me. And you see that you're suffering. You stay up at night crying, sleeping, and wonder why that happened to you. You see what it done to you, and you still have the audacity to go do it to someone else. It's crazy to me. So if we go further back in our history than slavery, than this, and we go back in history where we lived billions of years before this, before the flood, before all that, in peace and harmony, where we lived, we were more advanced. Nobody was raping children like that, and they wasn't doing stuff like that, and if they did, they was lynched. If we reversed things back into order, I'm not saying it's gonna happen overnight. I'm very much a practical and realistic person. I know that's gonna happen overnight, but that's what's wrong in our society. When you see that people are getting paid for January the 6th, opposed to people, a whole lineage of people who built the country, who got raped, and just beyond just disgusting things happen to them. When you can uplift one group but leave another whole lineage, a whole group of people, a whole race, or whatever you want to put it, and then you can look at them every day and, well, they need to get over it. How can we get over something that we are not being justified for? You have not made us whole. You have not made our ancestors whole. So how can we get over anything that you have not been made whole for? We should not be led to, oh, you just gotta heal generations. I'm so tired of hearing that. Yes, you need to heal. Yes, you need to do that. But now that we healed, pay up, motherfucker. Pay up. An apology, our money, our land, our spirituality, the stuff that y'all hide in these secret societies and stuff, pay up, motherfucker. Yeah, that's our shit. Come on. Give it to me. Give it to us. Come on. Give it to us. Oh, no. You're not going to give it to us. We got to come take it. And then if we get aggressive with y'all, oh, no, we got to lock them up. But all the aggressive things that they did to our ancestors. Spirit is saying, y'all, a lot of y'all had that Arab spirit. Y'all fearful, y'all scared because y'all inspired to be like these people who are evil. I do not inspired to be like evil people. That's why I can get up here and boldly and say, fuck a rapist, because I don't deal with stuff like that. I don't aspire to be like them. They don't excite me. Nothing they have excite me, even if they have a lot of money, if they doing better than me, have better clothes, cars, money. I stand on business when I say that. I don't give a fuck what you have. You are lords of the lords. You're dirt to me because of your moral standard. And that's on everything. That's on the whole universe. Because if you can harm somebody that's innocent and vulnerable and that you should be protected, then you're the worst motherfucker on this planet. And it's a group of y'all. I think y'all should get them all. And Holy Spirit should get all of them. Just take them and put them on Mars. Just leave them on Mars. Dump them on Mars. They said we can go to Mars. Let's go put them on Mars. We ain't killing them again. We just gave them another planet where all can live at. And the next generation that want to be like that, take their ass to Mars too. Yeah. I think you should just go to Mars. Hold on, ain't that... Yeah. Let them go build some shit. Let them go. Yeah, let them go. Just take them out there. Give them a whole planet. Take them back to Mars. Yep. I stand on that shit. Taking them on to Mars. That's what I think that should happen. We didn't get to talk about Goddess Kali, Ma. So we're gonna talk about Ma in another video.